kings in the land of Dawn.
Is it a 2-0? That's a big question on everybody's minds. It seems on the English stream they are very fond of that idea.
Let's see how this goes, man. The Balric though, usually the Balric gets countered when you have heroes that can deal damage without really basic attacking too much. That's why the Granger used to be a big problem for the Balric. Oh, but look at this.
Oh my god, a
Level
flicker
2
forced
all
early.
in. It's a ton of damage, man. You gotta respect that Lilia.
Literally a deja vu on what happened, I believe, in the previous match, and still more delayed towards Rince. And Edok, I don't know what's gonna be the relation here between Marcel and Balric. Do you think that's the biggest reason why they're picking the Balric? I'm not sure.
Biggest reason? I don't know if I would say biggest reason. Look at this though. Edok's gonna spot Andor you. Red Tree is the way to camp though.
Yeah.
Man, looking at the emblems here by you, seeing that Cars definitely going for a bit of the aggressive route. Having Concussive Blast though, trying to make sure that he has lane prio perhaps, trying to roam around, matching the Ellis potentially. In the mid lane, Ukir, knowing he has the black shoes, going for the Bargain Hunter, trying to get as much value as possible when it comes down to getting those items fast.
Oh, turn around. Ukir this time, the one forced to flicker out.
A retaliation on what happened earlier. And now, I'm kind of worried about Andoryu in a way, because usually when you're picking a Harley, it's either an independent Harley, which is right now he is independent Harley, or there's a setup like a Kalea. So Andoryu has to make space of his own to be able to be effective.
That's definitely gonna be an issue. And the thing is, most of the targets available for RRQ for that Harley has mobility, which makes it difficult to align your full combo, right? With the deadly magic. So we'll see how Andoryu goes around doing that.
Okay. Looks like Navi is just gonna go back here. There's no way they're testing this one.
Yeah, throwing a ruin as well from Dan. That's a free turtle to RRQ.
And you know what? That's the best decision Navi can make. Even though you're gonna lose out on the turtle, but if you can test it, I think would go pretty bad.
Great stun coming down, but that's the thing about Balric, right? You're not on lineup until you get ultimate. That's why it's been ignored in the meta for so long. You're only useful after you get your ultimate.
Yeah. And if you're trying to engage, it's very flicker dependent.
I feel like right now for Navi, they have to really play around Ukir for the most part. That's their key to getting like early game to mid game presence in the game. Otherwise, RRQ can just move as S3, S4 like this. And the Marshall presence alone ensures that even if Navi catch them by surprise, that golden hour is gonna allow them to just disengage. That's the extra, the unmentioned power of this Marshall. Yes, you can combo. Yes, you can engage, but the freedom to just do really aggressive moves and avoid being punished is really what's giving these teams a lot of leeway.
Yeah, and I kind of like how Navi is playing around this Marcel. They're not really owning the bush. They're not trying to just check it as much as they want. They want to play as passive as possible with Balric as well. Let Edok do their thing and just wait for the mistakes, wait for the opportunity that's going to be presented from those mistakes, and Navi can actually capitalize.
But see, I think that RRQ is falling into the same pattern here. They have so much mid prio, but they can't really do anything with it. They're not setting up for any kind of dive. They're not setting up for any kind of invade either. So for the most part, they just walk around.
That's a lot of damage, but Rin stole the black shoes for a reason, and it's to survive against the Harley.
Yeah, thankfully the cooldown for the deadly magic is not really that high for an ultimate.
Yeah, but again, back to the point. Edok, he's basically harassing, doing small trades with the Marcel instead of being, you know, investing in some big team objective. Now with the turtle back up though, with Apro already level 5, is he gonna try and go for it?
Don't think so.
Okay. Apro's gonna go with a Rapid Dryad, but it doesn't land on anybody. He gets cooked here completely. Super Ken able to claim first blood as the golden hour comes down, and Chibe will be throwing. Oh, great throw with a mountain shocker. Cars walks up as well. Chibe pops up a double. Toy is able to go for the blazing duet, and that is Cars.
Whoa!
Gerson forward to get Rins, but he gets away just in time.
And you know what? Economy-wise, Navi is definitely winning. Andoryu almost getting that purple buff.
No red tree though. He's baited the red tree.
Oh wow. This is bad for RQ.
I don't think there's a way for Super Ken to enter anyways.
Yeah.
Lilia.
Yeah, Doria will be able to claim it for free this time around. The Phantom Steed coming back up. They want to go for another brawl, but Navi They're done with just the turtle.
And they are terrified by the three, man. Afro is just there as kind of a, you know, healing tool for the rest of the members of NAVI.
Well, it's looking kind of sketchy for RRQ. They're able to get the neutral objectives, but NAVI has been able to scale relatively well, and they're building up a small gold advantage. That was RRQ's turtle to take, and they just didn't go for it.
Oh. Rins is trading really well in the mid lane, but man, RRQ are just getting layered, I feel, right? That's been the reason they've been losing.
It feels like RRQ is trying to play super systematic, but NAVI is better at those.
Throne of Ruin. Do they have enough burst? Oh, and Doryu gets away! Oh! My goodness! Oh, he bounces back! Superdan picks up the kill.
Whoa.
I don't think Supercan would have been fast enough to take him down, but now Cars against 3. Oh, Apro! With a flicker after the Dryad, and Cars is still alive. That's an odd golden hour. Cars taking very low. He's going to be taken out of the game. Ukir next to the chopping block, has the black shoes, will be able to use it. Nope, he actually doesn't use it, just flickers out the safety under turret.
Okay, so yeah, I was so confused why he would go back to the hat, but not Steve, eh?
He did not expect 3 members to be there, man. Toy pops in a blazing duet, doing no damage to Apro. Apro is getting tickled by those shots.
All things considered, though, that's a tower taken for NAVI. RRQ did a great job striking back technically, but again, they haven't really found a meaningful foothold in the game so far. They seem to be waiting for the next big objective, and they're trying to abuse this Marcel and go for just a Lord take.
And looking at the gold right now, a lot of positives from NAVI until that moment where the turret got taken down in the bottom lane. RRQ can actually go for a cleaner turtle fight right now. Oh. Oh, that's an early black shoes. That's big for RRQ.
It's used to heal back some HP, but now RRQ once again going for the fight, and Doryu though is waiting for a chance to maybe spot someone as Rins once again playing a dangerous game.
Oh, they're gonna go all in. Superdan with the Throne of Ruin as well. Look at Toy in the back line going for Ukir. He jumps back, and now it's Shive who goes for the chase, but he gets caught by the golden hour. Meanwhile, Superken in the back. Shive isolated in the front, gets slain by Superken. Edok going in. Cars. Infernal Pursuit not in range. Dark Wave doesn't land. Oh man, Cars looking for the jumps. Will be able to go for the jumps, but he gets slain. Rins picks up the kill.
Beautiful golden hour by Edok there, saving Super Toy's life.
Oh, 10?
Done?
I don't know about that 10.
I mean, economy-wise, it's not the worst for NAVI currently, Irachi.
No, not at all, but you're seeing what RRQ are aiming for. They want a fight like that, where they can actually get the most benefit. But look at this, and Doryu running into 2.
Uh-oh. Do they want to chase? I don't think they can.
Not enough catch. Back again, RRQ. Now it's back to the waiting game, and fortunately, they do get a turret on the top side. You have to wonder what NAVI are aiming for, knowing now that this is the pattern RRQ are going to go for. They're just going to play passive, have some light trading until it's time to go for a big objective, and it's all about that Marcel.
I wonder, NAVI, what's the main plan here with this composition, but we have a fact here by Gope. We know this. This marks Harley debut in MPL ID Season 17 after last being used 35 days ago by First Sig during MPL ID Season 9 playoffs when EVOS lost to RRQ.
Oh, he's starting to deal real damage here, Andoryu.
He's been dealing real damage for a while.
Yeah, the Harley actually does a surprising amount of damage to tanks as well, which is why against fighters, it is an option, you know, if you need like quote-unquote burst damage or shred. And now with that, with the push away towards Dan, Edok trying to find something, but again, the Marcel alone, they can't really do anything unless NAVI bite on the bait, you know?
That's true. Oh, look at the damage. That's an Alice, by the way. I guess the only item that she got for the magic defense is that boots and also an Oracle, but don't think it's enough just yet to weather the storm from this Harley.
Yep. And it's immediately a brute force for Super Dan. He wants to have the chase possibility, the particle reduction as well. But look at the macro play from NAVI. They're fine. Okay, you want to play for that big team fight. We're going to try and make moves before and try and get value. But that will only last for another 7 seconds. And look at RRQ already setting up for the top side wave. Would that be enough though? Will there be a window long enough for them to even threaten for the Lord?
Oh, Ukir forced to use the black shoes early. Rins doing the same. Deadly magic, but that's it on Idok.
Navi can go in and back out quite easily with the Harley here, so RQ gotta be a bit more careful here. Knowing that they're susceptible to Navi's engage. Meanwhile, RRQ, as you said, Arashi, I think it's just a waiting game for them. Navi gotta engage first, and RRQ is gonna respond, weirdly enough. With the golden hour, they have the advantage.
Idok. Oh man,
Oh!
I think that's him
Oh,
way too
no.
aggressive. Super with the flicker in forward, and Doryu gets away. Super Toy gets taken out. And that's a horrible, horrible move by RRQ. Now Super gets taunted. Cars dunks on him. And Apro gets the kill. The control that RRQ have built shattered in seconds.
That might have been the worst possible scenario for the King of Kings. 4 down, only Rinse left in the table, and the Lord is Navi's the slain. Oh man, this is not looking good for RQ.
Idok with an uncharacteristic throw.
Like, it's a new hero, he's not really super used to it, I guess. But at the same time, yeah, it is definitely a mistake.
That was a crazy blunder.
It's almost like they had a plan and nothing went right for them right there. Even the fact that Super Toy comes in to try and do some damage, and he just got bursted down along with Idok. I mean, you have to wonder what were the comms looking like. Now with the Lord, with a Lilia, a Harley, and a Yi Sun-shin, there was a decent amount of siege here for Navi.
The team fighting window of Navi is ridiculous compared to RRQ, man. And I think that's the main difference so far in this game. Despite RQ winning it out in gold earlier, 1.5k or something, it doesn't matter that much. That's the only advantage that they have. Super can almost gets bursted down by that deadly magic. It's starting to deal more and more damage, this Harley.
Man, the Supers are not starting off this season that well.
Definitely unfortunate there. That was the moment they've been waiting for painstakingly, right? The first Lord that they can use to try and alleviate the macro pressure. It starts with Idok getting taken out, and everyone else was just so low, was panicking because they were scrambling to try and find something, and they end up losing 4 members for nothing, quite literally. Now with a goal disadvantage, they have to really bank on Toy, I guess, to scale up. He only has the Marksman Trinity, going for a Rose Gold right here to deal with the Harley, presumably. It has to be a big engage again by Super Dan or Idok though if they really want to try and get a decisive fight against Navi.
It's weird because this... Oh! Idok, don't want to repeat the same mistake, my dude. Super Dan.
They can shred Dan, by the way, so he's got to be very careful.
Oh, look at Andoryu. Being a bit sneaky, trying to find something. That's the nice thing about playing the Harley, man. You have an escape to a degree if you know where to draw the line, which area of the map is safe. And technically, even without the deadly magic, you shred down opponents, especially with his build with the Genius Wand and Feather of Heaven. He has a ton of basic attack damage.
And by the way, RQ does not have an instantaneous catch that they can use to pretty much lock down the Harley, lock down Ukir, unless Idok plays like this, without getting punished. But there's definitely a line that Idok cannot cross. He crossed them earlier and it costs RQ a lot. Super can grasping at straws, man.
Yeah, they're all very desperate around. Apro can just flicker on him and pop in the Wrath of the Dryad. And the thing is, he doesn't need to. Exactly, RRQ, they have to dive. And when they do, Apro just pops that ult and the rest of the team can deal the damage.
Unless they want to, again, bank on the Lord take and bank on the Golden Hour, denying a 50-50 retreat. At a 4k deficit though, if they fail here, it's going to be very costly. It might cost them the game right there and then.
Navi is playing this super disciplined, super patient, man. Oof, I like this. This is not the Navi that we know. A lot of miscalculations, a lot of bad team fights, but now Navi knows what their win condition is, and they're not biting to what RQ is doing. They're playing their own game. Is this just why not working his wonders against his kids?
Could be it.
Oh, dang it's away. Idok's able to go for the stuns, pops into black shoes. Ukir. Apro's been chunked quite a bit.
Gotta go back.
RRQ regaining control of this Lord. This is gonna be quite bad. They know that there's flicker in from Super Dan. Wrath of the Dryad locking him down though, and that's gonna be Idok falling through. Toy the Blazing Duet landing onto just Apro. Rinse to be caught, has the black shoes, gets away, and now Super came with the cleanup, open to the back line, but Super Dan gets cooked by Shive, and is going in. Toy against the world. Uki gonna be taken down. Shive! A triple for him! He's looking for the Maniac and he gets it! Shibe takes the Maniac!
2 Maniacs to open up the first day of Season 17. We are eating good tonight.
They're going straight for the end. E-Dog, does he have enough to stand back up and regain control of the game? I don't think he's got it! 3 seconds on the death timers, Navi! They take a 2